Happy Easter, everyone.
What's going on, guys? Welcome to the vlog. It's actually Easter today, and it snowed pretty much all morning, which is kind of sad because yesterday was in the 60s, sunny, absolutely beautiful. But it's like 30 right now and snowing on Easter, so Merry Christmas, everyone. So, guys, I've been a little absent from YouTube for like the past week and a half, and the reason is I'm trying to upload about 1 to 2 times a week right now, just because I'm about to hit it hard on this whenever show prep starts, which, if you didn't know, I'm doing a show on August 11th, which from yesterday is 19 weeks out, meaning I'm 19 weeks out from my show, which means that prep is going to start 3 weeks from yesterday. So I have about 3 more weeks until prep starts, and once prep starts, everything's going to be going hard on YouTube and obviously on training and nutrition. So I'm kind of just trying to build up my motivation and everything, and also like creativeness. I feel like if I push too much content right now, that I'm not gonna feel as creative when prep comes, and I'm gonna try to upload quite frequently during prep. My goal is to get at least some footage, some content from each day of prep, document the whole thing from start to finish. But that's not really what I want to talk about right now. The real topic that I'm trying to discuss is that new freaking music from The Weeknd. He released an EP. So an EP is basically just an extended play, which it stands for extended play. But what it means is basically that it's more than just one song, but it's not enough to where it's actually considered an album or a long play. So he released the EP on Thursday night. It came out at like midnight Eastern or something. So I listened to it actually pretty much right when it came out. And so the title of this video is something to do with, is this the album we've been waiting for or something? And what I'm referring to is a sequel to Trilogy. So let me back up first. Trilogy and Kissland are the greatest albums by The Weeknd. Like Beauty Behind the Madness is a very good album, don't get me wrong. Starboy is an amazing album, don't get me wrong. But Trilogy and Kissland are such a specific niche of R&B that The Weeknd, like, he created his own genre within R&B, and Trilogy and Kissland fall into that genre, but Beauty and Starboy don't really. And so it's like that genre that he created, he made 43 songs within it, because Trilogy's 30 and Kissland's like 13, I believe. But Kissland and Trilogy, most people who have listened to the albums, like all 4 of them, listened to them pretty like thoroughly, would argue or would agree that those 2 albums are superior to Starboy and Beauty. That doesn't mean that they're not good albums. They're all very good albums. But the music style changed. So The Weeknd was pretty deep into drugs and sex and everything back when he released, or when he was writing those 2 albums. And so once he started sobering up and everything, you can see the shift in like the music. And so, obviously you're happy for him that he's not living that dreaded lifestyle anymore. But at the same time, it's like the people who fell in love with those albums, myself included, understand that it's like that music, those albums are like almost a drug, and it's like they give you a certain high when you listen to them. As weird as that might sound. Metaphorically speaking, the supply of this so-called drug is limited, and so it's harder and harder and harder to find that so-called high from it. A lot of the longtime Weeknd fans really want a sequel to Trilogy and a sequel to Kissland. He actually said in an interview, and I quote, "That is the only album I see myself making a sequel to," referring to Kissland. To come out ever, that would be big. But let's talk about the new EP. It's called My Dear Melancholy. This EP, honestly, when he announced on like Instagram and stuff that he was releasing music, I thought it was gonna be a full album, and so I'm a little sad that it wasn't a full album. However, since it is just an EP, I feel like he's not done making music like soon. Like I feel like this is almost a teaser in a way. Maybe I'm wrong, but I feel like it's in part just a teaser, and there will be new music like within the next 6 months or the next 8-9 months. Hopefully sooner than later. The title of the video is this the album we've been waiting for. I'm referring to a sequel to Trilogy. Obviously not a sequel to Kissland, because I assume he would call it Kissland 2. But this music doesn't have a Weeknd Starboy sound. Like, it doesn't have the new pop sound that he's kind of acquired. Like if you really listen to Trilogy a lot and you understand that album and everything, then like this music sounds a lot like Trilogy. This whole EP, the music reminds me very much of Trilogy. And honestly, I'm trying to think of a way to like explain it, but without you listening to Trilogy, it'd be hard for me to explain like obviously everybody's heard Starboy, maybe not the whole album, but you've at least heard this song. That's kind of like the direction that The Weeknd started going, was really towards that whole pop culture and everything. But this EP really reminds me of Trilogy. It reminds me, especially the first song on it, Call Out My Name, and it reminds me a lot of the song Next. Next was from Trilogy. So go listen to those two songs and compare them for yourselves because they sound a little bit similar. This album, or this EP, I mean, sounds to me I'm trying to think of the right way to word this. EP sounds to me like what Trilogy would sound like if it were written today instead of 8 years ago. Well, 6 to 8 years ago. It was written between, 2010 and 2012. But it sounds like what I would expect Trilogy to sound like with the current Weeknd, who he is as a person, as a musician. So I figured I'd just talk a little bit about that instead of like going through the songs and playing them and then reviewing them. Those videos are boring to watch for me, and so I figured I'd just get on here and tell you a little bit about my thoughts on it all. So my top 3 favorite songs by The Weeknd. My very first favorite song is Tears in the Rain. I don't know what it is about that song. I love how long it is. It's like 7 minutes. But that's my all-time favorite song, and it's obviously my favorite song by The Weeknd. But after that, it's Wicked Games. I don't know how to describe that song. That song puts me in some kind of mood, and every time I listen to it, it's like, this is a great song. And then my third favorite song, I'll have to give it some more time, but I think that it could be one of the new songs from the new EP, which is Call Out My Name. That song is very good. I think it might be my third favorite song. I don't know, because it's new, and so part of me thinks that I like it so much just because it's new and it's good. So we'll see how I'm feeling about it in the future. Yeah, the people that I've talked to about that are like old Weeknd fans, they're like, yeah, like this really sounds like Trilogy. So I think I've come to that conclusion. I don't know if that was his intention. Part of me feels like it was, because here's my theory. My theory is that if The Weeknd, being as big as he is now, obviously when he wrote Trilogy and Kissland, he didn't have the name that he did now. But The Weeknd being as big as he is now, if he could release Kissland 2 and make a majority of the new crowd fall in love with Kissland 2, then they might start to go back and listen to Kissland and Trilogy. Because, obviously people listen to the new songs. They don't want to necessarily go back and give the old stuff a chance. But if they were to listen to the new Kissland 2, if you were to ever write it, I feel like it would funnel the new crowd into his older music, and then they become diehard fans, even if they already are pretty big fans. So I think that would be a very good way for him to turn an already raving fan base into a crazily obsessed fan base, if that makes sense. So that's my 2 cents on it. Hopefully there will be even more music in the future. I give the EP, it's a 10. I give it a 10 out of 10, mostly because it's new music. It has a Trilogy feel, and it's very exciting. Hopefully there will be new music in the future though, because it's been 14, 15 months. Oh shit, it's been more than that. It's been 16 months since he released music outside of the new EP. Starboy came out in November of 2016. So it's been almost a year and a half. Hopefully he doesn't make us wait that much longer to get more music. Obviously the problem is I listen, whenever new music comes out of his, I listen to it nonstop. But very excited to have new music and everything. So that's my 10 cents on it. 10 cents? That's my 2 cents on it. If you haven't already, go check the EP out. Prep starts in 3 weeks from yesterday. I'm so excited. I can't even explain how excited I am. I've wanted to do a show for probably since the beginning of my junior year. I'm about to graduate high school now, But since the beginning of my junior year, I kind of knew that I wanted to do a show. And as time went, and as, like Summer Shredding came for Christian Guzman, watching that series and everything, really motivated me and hyped me up for wanting to do a show. And so now it's like we got the date set in stone. I've been working with Justin for a few months now, and he's going to be training me for the show. I'm just super duper stoked, and I can't wait for what's next. So hope you'll take this adventure with me, and I hope you will watch the series. So the first episode will come out. That date will be determined. It'll probably be the Monday after prep starts. I'll probably just start the series on the day of prep, and then the first video out the 2 days after. So that's going to conclude this video. It's getting a little bit longer than I wanted it to, so thanks so much for watching. And be sure to subscribe if you're new to the channel, or if you are wanting to come back and see the series. Also, hit that bell notification, because YouTube's algorithm's stupid and it doesn't show people when you upload a video. So hit the bell so you know when I upload, and we'll see you in the next one.